the cards, and here we go with bringing them actually up to the screen. I dropped them down, sorry, I was doing things differently. Here we go, that's the cards. So I am using this deck here, which is the Mystical Lenormand. I will actually hold that up to you so you can see them in full. And I'm just going to turn the volume down on my iPad. I just realised I had it up. There is a time delay from what I show here to what I can see on my iPad. So if I hesitate a little bit, it's only because of that. It's just my inner confusion in trying to get used to it at the moment. It's quite a bit different in using this art form of RTMP. Those who know what I'm talking about, you'll understand. So it's the Mystical Lenormand deck, Fortune Cards of Marie-Anne Lenormand, and these have been painted by Urban Trosh. I presume that's how you pronounce it, but I don't know. I'm not a speaker of any other language than English. And Aussie English at that, because I am coming to you from Port Elliot in South Australia, and my name is Ross Boundy, Psychic Medium. That's how I present for these sessions. So we're going to shift into doing the card spread reading. What I have already done over on my Facebook page, because I had some issues, I was using Restream, very different. But what we are going to do is zoom in on each of these cards as I come to read them. As you can see, there is 7 cards laid out in what's called a spread. So the first one, and I'm going to start the reading from the top, and this will be today, Sunday. So for those on the other hemisphere, it's tomorrow for you. So the Tower is Sunday. Here we've got the Child that will be Monday and represent Monday. Tuesday will be the Storks, and here we've got Wednesday down here as the sun, and that is the Sun. We have Thursday being the Lady or the Woman. Friday's going to be the Anchor, and then we've got Saturday coming round to being the Mice. So that's how I am going to be reading this particular spread as a weekly spread. Whether I change the layout for the next week's on Sunday, I don't know. I'm going to be in a different location. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to do it that way, this way, because I'm not going to be at my desktop then, but we'll see. There'll be a way that I'll try to be online here for our the Lenormand card group weekly reading, since I'm going to start them now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is zoom in on this one here. I'll go as much as I can up to focus and shift it to that particular card. So this one being centered is the Tower. Now what I have decided to do over the next few times that I do a spread is use the guidebook that is relevant for the deck that I'm using. I normally do not do readings using a guidebook. I strictly adhere to my own intuition and pick up what energy Spirit's giving me. But with these, I thought, because for me they're a new deck, and because it is, someone has, that the writer has taken the time to give us a guidebook, I thought I'd at least honour that by reading out what their interpretation is, what their meaning is that they're giving to the cards as I'm reading them this morning. So for today, the energy around it is with the Tower. You can see that it's a single a single construction out in the middle of the waters. Like, it's almost like a lighthouse. It's certainly an isolated building. So here we've got from the guidebook, the Tower represents the authorities. It can also indicate isolation and loneliness, which definitely pointing out. Sometimes it is an indicator of a separation that's yet to come, or of a long life. So quite 2 extreme types of interpretations there. Above all, it can stand for a person in a leading position who has a lot of power or influence. So it certainly gives that impression of the governmental institutions that you almost can't reach because it's so difficult. probably a sign of that. And look at the types of birds that are actually there. They're the prehistoric style of pterodactyl looking bird creature. Does it mean that they're so back in ancient times, an old hat, that we've got that connection to being very, very much an almost insurmountable effort to get to what we need from those institutions? But it could be that letting all things aside from what is the meaning that is given from the author of the guidebook, I look at it and I actually feel that it has that beautiful, it's not a loneliness, it's an aloneness. It's moving into that inner self and looking from within to the without and having that beautiful view from that height, from that inner self, from that perspective of uniqueness that is us. We are the one and only us. There's no one else that can copy that. And regardless of what other intrusions from the outside are trying to get in, it's only us that can open that door to allow anything within. And that's where I feel this is the message for the card that is today or Sunday. So really feel for yourself what is your instinctive, your intuitive sense around what this card is meaning for you for Sunday. Okay, so then we're going to move it across to, whoops, my finger slipped on that one, onto the child. And this child is going to be our Monday. It's card 13. So I'll just flip over. It takes me a little time with this little booklet because, as you can see, it is such a small book as far as the hand goes. You see that sitting in my hand, and I've got a small hand. So there you go. It does mean it's easy to shuffle the cards, though. I do like the smaller decks. They are lovely. So with this, the child symbolises our own child. Inner child, playfulness, the child. It stands for a new beginning, but it can also express that a matter is small or that a person has a childish, naive disposition. So, furthermore, it can stand for just children, teenagers, your daughter, your lady lover, or a young woman. It does feel like it's a more feminine card the way this one's been depicted, but for me, it's just that instinctive childlikeness of the sense of adventure and play and fun and really loving and enjoying life. See the little pixies and fairies that are playing here in this scene as well. The absolute joy and happiness that effuses from this card. So feel into that for what your Monday is. For many of us, I suppose it's that, oh God, it's back to work type of a feeling. But bring in that sense of childlikeness and the sense of adventure and play that you can be in your Monday. It's gorgeous. And have a look at the other little hidden face there, and there's potentially others around and about in that one as well. See what that brings for you on your Monday. Now we go to our Tuesday, which is the Storks. Storks being card 17, and it does denote change. It brings change. It can be moving house or a new beginning. Remember, this one had new beginnings as well in the child. So we're continuing with a little bit of a trend of new things happening. Anyway, if it stands for a person, it symbolises a kind-hearted woman. So there could be that comes into your day as well for the Tuesday. So as you see here, there's also, as well as the baby storks, there is also a baby child there in a gorgeous chalice. So what is that meaning for you? It did remind me of a gorgeous little lolly I remember, a nice chocolate flavoured lolly, a jelly type of a lolly, or candy if you're in the other side of the world, well, the Canadian American stream, I think you do call them candies. I'm not sure what the British call them. Aussie, it's lolly. Anyway, and that's only because, yesterday I did enjoy a couple because it was my birthday. But today, for this is Tuesday, we're going back to having that change. Could be location, starting something new, like the, new family or things like that, new beginnings. It's a really beautiful, fresh card, and you see that gorgeous sky behind. I do like the artwork in these decks, they're beautiful. And we're going to this one, and when I move my table forward toward my window, you'll see it more centered, and this is the sun. Now that one's Tuesday, this one's Wednesday. We're progressing into our week. Now that is card number 31. And the sun is a very positive card. So what we have with the sun, it stands for success, energy, willpower and optimism. So it's determination. When asked if something will succeed, this card will and should always be interpreted as a positive energy. It's got that beautiful warmth, it's got that happy feeling around the gorgeous rosy cheeks, and you see the movement in it with the camels moving across the page. Certainly that Egyptian feel to it, the Arabic sun, the gorgeous pyramids. It's the longevity, it's the lasting power of the sun. It's all of that we're going to be moving into with our beautiful energies on the Wednesday. Okay, and then we'll bring it across to our Thursday, which is the woman. Beautiful, lovely, different depiction here, because with her, what we have, and I don't know why it's not written up here as far as what the piglet means. If it's a pig, it's got a very interesting sort of snout thing. It's almost reflective of the prehistoric birds that are in the tower. This one has that sort of look when you see it closer, which you can't see. This is as close as I can get to it without bringing the card up to you. But it is a lovely card. It's the lady representing a woman. And if you're asking the question as a man, it just symbolises that there's the potential for a person that's your future partner, or that the woman you feel closest to is present and in your mind. So it really is that is you. So on Thursday, if you are a woman, it is bringing in your full strengths and femininity and all that you are as a woman into the presence of your day. Look at that other reflection of a nice face, sun. It could be near the sun. I find it interesting that near the sun, and we've got a little face in there that almost looks like the sun, and the beautiful colour, that beautiful yellow or goldy colour that is her dress. It's really rather nice and regal. I love it. A lovely feminine card there. Now we're going to move up to our Friday card. That is card number 35, and it is the anchor. Now with the anchor, it does stand for work, job, training and stability. Now this is direct from the guidebook. If you have questions regarding your work and your job, look at the cards around it, and that's referencing the grand tableau, which is the usual way of reading a Lenormand deck, is actually all of the cards spread out. And I might do that for one of our Sunday sessions at some point, or a midweek one. But here we have the anchor, and on Friday, to me, it brings in that sense of what we've been achieving through the week, has been bringing it forward to feeling anchored in now, so that what we can do is, it's in readiness almost for the weekend. You can feel that you've actually anchored in what you've been progressing through the week, and it's time now to tie that off, tie it up, ready to sit and go then to relax for your next day that would be Saturday or will be Saturday. So we're going to move to that. See what you feel when you see an anchor, and especially the fact it's not anchored onto anything. It's not tied off to anything yet. That's what we need to do on Friday. It really is finish complete and tie it off so that you can move away from task at hand to actually bring in that energy of being able to let it go, leave it sit, and go and do something alternative and relax. That's how I see it anyway, as far as a bit more relaxing. And here we have on our Saturday, it's the mice. Now the mice being card 25, not that is a Gemini symbol. So we're looking at card 25 of the mice. No, not 25. 23, because the 25 is actually the ring. So I need to go one page back and go to 23. I think 23, that's a 3. Okay, 23, the mice. The mice bring about loss, sorrows, and theft. So if the card, and this is in reference to the Grand Tableau again, if the card lies next to a person card, then something's nagging to you about that person. So we haven't really got persons next to it. We do have a woman present in this spread, but I'm feeling that what it's actually meaning is a bit of a warning to indicate there might be a thief around. Whether you are indulging in things that you feel, have you got permission from the owner? Have you given yourself permission to indulge and really dive into and guts into these resources or this food, that type of thing? And it just clicked into my mind. It could be, overweight issue. I'm overweight. I'm a big girl. And I have started to get into my mindset of training because I'm going away on a holiday. And I realised that I need to actually train myself to longer distance walking. And I sit all day on a chair in my office and not get up often enough. I don't walk often enough. I puff out too early. And that's where I felt that I need to actually commit to myself to less of this beautiful eating and more of the exercise. So it could be that on the next Saturday that you are needing to actually follow through with some of the healthier alternatives that you're needing to be looking into. Although with this card, I mean, I like the mice card. It's one that, if in the Gilded Reverie that I usually use, it's a cutie little card. It's just got playful little mice everywhere. This one looks like it's a little more serious faces on these mice, and they're actually really determined to hoe in while they can. Keep in mind that it is technically it's meant to mean thief or something like that. So have permission to do and use what you are indulging in, or just have an awareness too of those around you. There may be those around you who are stealing something from you, who without knowledge sometimes that they haven't asked permission. So sometimes it really is. Have you heard the term energy thief? Where you go in, you do things throughout your day, and by the end of it, you feel like you're absolutely totally drained, but you haven't actually done anything much. It could be that there is those around you who are draining your energy, and that's not with intention. Most times it's totally unintentional, but it is energy thieving, that sort of thing. You've given it away without permission, that. Feel into that by Saturday and really have that boundary put up, energetic protections if you need to, if you feel that that's something that you are needing to do. Not everyone. Whoops, I'll just get that back. So have that visual of what the cards are like in the spread. Sunday, which is today or your tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And connect in with your spiritual guidance in how you interpret them, in what you're receiving from them. Really tap into your understanding of what is around you with your situation in life. No one does actually know it any better than you. So use that to your advantage to learn and grow and understand even more what your journey is in this life, and take those steps with full love and trust in your connection with Spirit. That Spirit is within us. That Spirit is us. It is part of the I am of who you are. And we had a lovely post in one of the other lists that's absolutely beautiful around the I am. So thank you for joining in. Certainly leave your comments underneath where, and I'm not sure, because this is all new to me as far as the soulpreneurs, I have put a comment in there, but I've got no idea. I can't put it up to show but I won't know until afterwards that I've finished this whether my comment even went through. And it's just saying hi to everyone. So certainly you can respond, and I will be keeping an eye on what flows as part of the flow of this app and how we are using it, because it's also exciting. I love little adventures and new starts and things. So thank you so much for joining in. And next week, I'm not sure of a time. Just keep your eye open for when I may discover how I can schedule this. There was something somewhere that said I could post it at a particular time, but I'm not sure if I can schedule it. I think with the RTMP you can't. But anyhow, I'll ask Virginia that. So thanks for joining in, and I shall now finish the stream. Namaste.